Hey everybody, my name is Jay Martin. Thanks for watching. This is a 1v1 game on grassy flatlands. The unit size is set to medium. For some weird thing, my program is now the default unit size is medium, and I forget to switch back to large. But anyway, that's what you're watching. In this game, I wanted to take a moment. This is my opponent who is just sitting there. And I've noticed lately a lot, maybe it's just a lot of new players in the game, or I'm just seeing this a lot. A bunch of people just sit there. And then also, kind of as a concept, I've noticed over my time that newer players are kind of afraid to attack. They're just afraid to attack. And attacking is really important. It's a really powerful way to use your army. And so I wanted to devote a video to a few minutes to talking about why attacking is good, or why it's better off to be an attacker, or not necessarily an attacker, but you want to be able to move. You need to maneuver your units. Okay, you have to move your units. This person is just sitting there. Okay, so I have some ideas about why attacking is good. If you're one of these people who just kind of sit there or don't move much or stand your own side of the map instead of running to the center of the map, I have some ideas for you about why attacking is a good idea. The first reason why attacking is good, or maneuver is good, is just a really simple interpersonal one, and that is respect. If you sit here, I'm not going to respect you, and nobody else in the Napoleon community is going to respect you either. If you get in there and you run your units to the middle of the map and you try to fight me and you're moving and you're shooting and everything, I'll give you a GG every time. You know what I mean? Every time I'll give you a GG. If you just fucking sit there, or if you camp or whatever, I'm not going to respect you. And there is actually a real value to kind of other people respecting you. That's how you get into a clan and you build these really neat interpersonal relationships and everything. And there's a real value just interpersonally to just having other people respect you. And other good players are not going to respect you if all you do is just sit there and be like a wet fish. Okay, so don't do that. You're not going to get any respect from other players. We all play the same game. We all know that it's really easy to camp. We all kind of agree on rule sets to minimize that, like no artillery and 5 lights. Everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's playing the same game, so let's make the game as kind of fair and as even as possible. Okay, so the first issue is just, as a courtesy to your opponent, walk out to the midline of the map. Like, look at the mini-map here. I'm having to walk the whole length of the map. That's just not polite. It's just not toward. Get out there and move to the middle of the map, all right? The second reason that attacking is good is that it allows you to create localized advantage. If you just sit there, like this guy is sitting there, I'm going to be able to see all my 4 lights right here. I'm going to be able to have all 4 of my lights fire at his single rifle. Now what that means is that I'm going to route his rifle without losing a single unit of my own. That's me moving right there. The best reason to attack is to create localized advantage. If your opponent can't react to that, if you don't react to that, then I'm going to move my units into advantageous positions. Okay, you see this? I have 4 units of volts. That's 160 men shooting at his 40 men. I'm going to win, and I'm going to route that unit with taking less casualties that he's going to deal to me. Okay, so the first reason that you want to attack, another good example is my cav over there that we were watching earlier. I, did a thing where I put one of my shooter cav in to bounce or to bunch his guys up, and then the rest of my shooter cav shot at him. By attacking, I created localized advantage, and I'm going to be able to route his units one by one. Now, you only have 20 units in Napoleon. If you can kill one of your opponent's units without losing any of yours, then you're going to do, that's a huge advantage. I mean, that one single unit is a big deal. How many games have you played that come down to, 1 or 2 unit? There we go. I routed them. How many games have you played that come down to, at the end, 1 or 2 units? That's it. Or you having to put your general in for a melee charge, yada, yada, yada. So winning localized firefights is a really big deal. And if you're not maneuvering, if you're not moving, then your opponent is going to create localized firepower against you. Okay, so that's the first big advantage. The second real reason to be an attacker from a tactical sense is that it allows you to create global advantage. This game doesn't really reflect this, but if you move up the field, and let's say that I moved like half my army onto one flank and just hit that one flank really hard, say I had all my lights and a couple old guard behind them, then I could just melt this one flank really, really fast. And if you don't react to that, if you just sit there, again, this game is not a good example of this, but if you just sit there and don't react to what your opponents do, then they're going to fuck you up. They will take advantage. If this guy spontaneously moved like all 5 of these line units to go and shoot at my one line there, that would be a problem for me. But he doesn't do that, okay? So, but I'm able to do the converse. I'm able to get, look at this, I'm able to get units right on this guy's flank and more units I'm pushing into this guy's rear. I've got units because I'm attacking into this guy's general. He doesn't have shit going on, okay? He's just fucking sitting there, okay? I'm going to get 6 units shooting at his 1. That's how you lose games, okay? Because he's just sitting there and I'm attacking, I'm moving, I'm able to do that. Now, as a concept, I like to think that attacking is kind of like, I've mentioned this before, but attacking is kind of like posing questions to your opponent. You want to pose questions. Eventually, they will run out of answers. And if you pose enough questions, they run out of answers, and then you win. The final kind of concept I want to share with you is the idea that if you attack, the primary thing that you do when you attack is you disrupt your opponent's strategy. If your opponent had a strategy, but you put a big attack in, guess what? They're going to have to change that. I love nothing better than an opponent who is game enough to run up the field at me, but my army disposition makes him, make a huge blunder. It makes him make a huge mistake. The converse of the post questions issue is that if your opponent is trying to do something, then and you can pose a fiercer question, you will completely fuck up their strategy. And so the best reason to be an attacker, to be a maneuverer, is that you will cause your opponent problems in their general strategy, okay? So, and look at this. At the end of this game, I've completely noob circled this guy who didn't fucking move. Like, I have a 360-degree encirclement of that guy, okay? So don't be that guy. You have to be able to move your units. You have to be able to attack people. You need to do that, okay? Get out there and attack somebody. If you lose, that's fine. They're going to respect you in the morning. It doesn't matter. But get out there and attack, fuck someone up. Just go out and attack someone. Move your army. Maneuver. That's the essence of this game. Bye.